Welcome back to another episode of Totally Primal. I am back at Festival Foods again with the Mealtime Mentors, Casey and Lauren, and Chef Tom, and we've got a fantastic German dish to shop and cook for you guys. So stay tuned. Back at Festival Foods again. I've got Casey, I've got Lauren, and Chef Tom here today. We already hit up the produce section, and again, what makes that place so special over there?
Our produce team tries to source our produce locally. So whether that's, in the state of Wisconsin or within 100 miles of the store, sure. Just trying as much as we can to get produce from local sources.
Who doesn't love to work with something that's local and supporting the community, but then also just a fresher product too, right?
Because Primal Eats, we are up in Gillett, Wisconsin, probably about 45 minutes from here. Festival Food carries the Primal Eats products in all of their stores, specifically the German dog.
Yes, sir.
Tom, what are we doing with this German dog here today?
We're gonna make a beautiful marriage of classic German side dishes, and we're gonna simmer these bad boys in some Titletown Brewery Oktoberfest beer and put together a beautiful German skillet.
Let's get shopping, guys, and get our stuff and get to the kitchen. All right, we are here at the Festival Foods Test Kitchen, right in De Pere, Wisconsin. So our first dish was the Primal Dogs. The Primal Dog flavor is very reminiscent of a German Mettwurst, so it pairs perfectly with this dish. We did some shopping in the produce section in Festival Foods, and let's talk about what's in front of us here.
We've got red cabbage and the classic sweet and sour flavor profiles of German cuisine. There's some sugar and cider vinegar and apples. You want a baking type apple that'll soften up for the Himmel und Erde dish, which means heaven and earth, apples from the heavens, potatoes from the earth. Again, just a classic German side dish. This combination with the Mettwurst type sausage of our venison primal dog, the Rotkraut and the Himmel und Erde, it's something that it just represents an entire region of Germany. Again, those are all locally sourced items, am I correct?
Yes, yep, absolutely.
So it actually started off really simple, Tom. We diced up the red cabbage and we have the same baking apple in there too, right?
Exactly.
All right, so it was really simple, and honestly, we have to throw in, we put some venison bacon in there too, that Primal Eats venison bacon.
We sure did. Part of the flavor profile in cooking, in German cooking, is the sweet and sour, and then bacon is included in a whole lot of things. Just that's where the flavor came from. There's a little bit of cloves in here, but there's not a lot of seasoning. Just cloves and salt and pepper are really the only seasoning. The rest comes from all of the natural ingredients.
It doesn't really shrink a ton either because the venison's really lean, so not a lot of fat is lost.
So you're getting some of the flavor profile out of that bacon, but not a lot of fat. And then we sauteed the onions in with it and added the diced apples and the shredded cabbage, cider vinegar, brown sugar, or we use sugar in the raw. You can use either brown sugar or white sugar. And then it's just marriage of the flavors. Simmer it all together.
Pretty simple.
And it's very simple cooking, and the finished product is just amazing.
Tom had made mention about the spices that we picked up from Festival Foods. You know, these different spices here. Why would you prefer something like this, Tom, that you can get at Festival versus like maybe your standalone, dried spice in a jar?
The spices in the little packets that are hanging on the wall have just a better flavor profile than the mass manufactured products on the shelf. And I use them all the time. I have a whole array of those things. So.
And it's nice because they come in a little bit smaller package so that they stay fresher.
Exactly, because a lot of people have nutmeg, for instance, that's been in their spice locker since they were children.
Totally, yep.
Yeah, and they definitely, air and light robs them of their flavors, so small packages makes a big difference. We boil the apples and potatoes together until they get soft, and then it's nutmeg and butter, and blend it up. A little salt and pepper, done deal.
Coming out of the summer season, going into the fall, this has those warm spices in there too, so it really brings in those fall vibes. And let's start putting together how this would normally be served at the supper table.
Let's do that.
So we've got our Primal Dogs there, and of course, like we've been talking about a few times, keeping things local, we use the Titletown Oktoberfest beer, the bent tuba, to simmer our primal dogs in. And we're just gonna slice those up and plate those with it on the side. Doesn't get mixed in or anything. It's kind of like the side.
This German Primal dog is phenomenal on the grill. It's phenomenal just to heat it through and serve it. But simmered in Oktoberfest beer takes it to another whole level.
Can't go wrong.
They are fully cooked, right?
They are fully cooked, right?
They are fully cooked.
That's nice.
Himmel und Erde, heaven and earth, from farm to table, from field to table, free-range grass-fed venison, and then you've got your locally grown produce coming together for a perfect marriage of flavors. And that is what Primal Eats is all about, and it speaks to the standards of Festival Foods. As we always say, we want you to feed your instincts, check out Festival Foods, and we'll see you next time. So glad to be here today and to have that free-range grass-fed venison and your fresh, locally produced.
Locally grown.
I know, but my throat excited to make a German dish.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag. All right.